Half of all Americans are deficient in it.
What?
Globally, an estimated 2.4 billion people, nearly 1 in 3 people on Earth, aren't getting enough of it. And your body uses it in over 600 different biochemical reactions every single day. It's not a trendy superfood. It's not a new discovery. It's magnesium. And there's a very good chance your body is quietly running low on it right now without giving you a single obvious warning sign. Today, Wellness Trap is breaking down exactly what happens to your body when you take magnesium glycinate every single day. The benefits that science actually backs up, and the side effects and risks that most wellness influencers never mention. Stay until the end, because one of the risks surprises almost everyone. Before we get into what it does, let's quickly cover what it actually is, because this matters more than most people realize. Magnesium glycinate is not just magnesium. It's magnesium bonded to glycine, an amino acid that helps your intestines absorb the magnesium far more efficiently than cheaper forms like magnesium oxide. Think of glycine as the delivery driver that gets the magnesium safely past your gut wall and into your bloodstream, without the traffic jam that causes all the digestive problems people associate with cheaper magnesium supplements. That's the key difference. And it's why magnesium glycinate has exploded in popularity, because it works without wrecking your stomach. 1. Your sleep changes, sometimes within the first week. This is the reason most people start taking magnesium glycinate, and the science here is more solid than you might expect. A randomized, placebo-controlled trial published in 2025 in the journal Nature and Science of Sleep enrolled 155 healthy adults with self-reported poor sleep quality. Half took 250 milligrams of magnesium bisglycinate every evening. Half took a placebo. After 4 weeks, the magnesium group showed a statistically significant improvement in sleep quality scores, falling asleep faster, waking less, and reporting feeling more rested. Here's why it works. Magnesium activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain that signals it's safe to rest now. It also binds to GABA receptors, which are the brain's main brakes. When GABA fires properly, the racing thoughts slow down, the muscles release their tension, and sleep actually becomes possible. The glycine in magnesium glycinate adds a second layer. Glycine on its own has been shown to lower core body temperature at night, which is one of the key physical signals your body needs to enter deep sleep. One important note from that same study: the improvements were most pronounced in people who were already low in dietary magnesium. If your diet is already rich in nuts, seeds, and leafy greens, the effect may be subtler. But for most people eating a modern processed diet, the effect is real. 2. Your stress response gets quieter. This one works below the surface, which is why most people don't notice it until they stop taking it and suddenly feel more wired than usual. Magnesium plays a direct role in regulating the HPA axis, the system that controls your cortisol response. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone, and when magnesium levels are low, that system runs hotter than it should. Small stressors feel bigger. Your body stays in a low-level fight-or-flight state, even when nothing threatening is happening. Magnesium glycinate also acts as a natural brake on NMDA receptors, the brain's main excitatory pathway. When those receptors are overactive, the result is anxiety, irritability, and an inability to mentally switch off. Magnesium calms that system down gently, without sedation, without dependency, and without the side effects of pharmaceutical anxiety medications. One researcher described it simply: magnesium doesn't make you calm. It removes the chemical noise that was making you anxious. That's a meaningful distinction. 3. Your heart and blood pressure may improve. This is the benefit most people overlook because they're focused on sleep and stress. But magnesium is deeply involved in cardiovascular health, and the numbers are striking. The Framingham Heart Study found that magnesium deficiency was present in 41% of participants with high blood pressure. And that deficiency was raising their blood pressure by an average of 5 to 7 millimeters of mercury. A separate analysis in the Journal of Hypertension found that magnesium supplementation reduced systolic blood pressure by 4 to 6 points in people with hypertension. Magnesium helps blood vessels relax. It regulates the rhythm of the heart muscle. It supports healthy cholesterol metabolism, and it plays a role in preventing dangerous arterial spasms. For anyone dealing with high blood pressure, cardiovascular risk, or even frequent heart palpitations, magnesium deficiency is one of the first things worth investigating. Quick question. Leave your answer in the comments. Do you take magnesium glycinate? And if you do, what was the first change you noticed? Sleep, stress, muscle cramps? We read every comment, and your experience might help someone else make a decision. 4. Your muscles recover faster and cramp less. If you've ever been woken up at 3 a.m. by a vicious leg cramp, or spent the next day after exercise feeling like your muscles are wrapped in cement, magnesium glycinate may be the missing piece. Magnesium is essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. Every time a muscle contracts, calcium flows in to trigger it. Every time it needs to release and relax, magnesium flows in to counteract the calcium and allow the release. Without enough magnesium, the release phase becomes sluggish. Muscles stay tighter, cramps happen more easily, and the micro tears from exercise take longer to repair. Athletes and active people were among the first to widely adopt magnesium glycinate, and the reason is practical. It works. Post-exercise soreness is reduced, nighttime cramps become less frequent, and overall muscle function feels smoother within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent daily use. 5. Your bones get a building block most people forget about. When people think about
this
bone
amazing
health,
glowing
they
calcium
think
bottle
calcium.
right here.
And calcium matters enormously. But here's what almost nobody talks about. Calcium cannot be properly absorbed and deposited into bone tissue without adequate magnesium. The two minerals are codependent, and most bone health supplements ignore this completely. Magnesium deficiency has been directly linked to lower bone mineral density and increased fracture risk. It affects the activity of osteoblasts, the cells that build new bone, and it influences how much calcium actually stays in the skeleton versus circulating in the blood where it doesn't belong. For older adults especially, who are already losing bone density every year, making sure magnesium levels are adequate may be one of the most underrated protective steps available. It's not glamorous. It doesn't make headlines. But the science is clear. Side effects and risks. Now here's the side of magnesium glycinate that supplement brands will never put on the label. Because it's gentler than other forms of magnesium doesn't mean it's risk-free. Here are 5 things you need to know before you take it every day. 1. It can make you too drowsy at the wrong time. Magnesium glycinate is calming. That's the point. But for some people, especially those who are sensitive to its effects or who take higher doses, the drowsiness doesn't stay neatly in the nighttime hours. Taking it during the day or in the morning can leave you feeling foggy, heavy, and slower than usual. This isn't dangerous, but it's worth knowing that timing matters. For most people, taking magnesium glycinate in the evening, 30 to 60 minutes before bed, is the sweet spot. Taking it at noon because you forgot the night before is a recipe for an unproductive afternoon. 2. At high doses, it still causes digestive problems. Magnesium glycinate is famous for being gentle on the stomach, and compared to magnesium oxide or citrate, it genuinely is. But at doses above 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium, even this gentler form begins pulling water into the gut. The result? Loose stools, nausea, and bloating. The NIH sets the tolerable upper limit for supplemental magnesium at 350 milligrams per day for adults. That number exists because going above it is where side effects reliably start appearing. More is not better with magnesium. It's just more uncomfortable. 3. It has 67 known drug interactions, 4 of them serious. This is the side effect that almost nobody talks about, and it's the most important one for people already taking medications. Magnesium can bind to thyroid medication, specifically levothyroxine, inside the gut, dramatically reducing how much of the thyroid drug actually gets absorbed. The standard recommendation is to separate them by at least 4 hours. Miss that window regularly, and your thyroid medication may be working at a fraction of its intended dose. Magnesium also amplifies the blood pressure-lowering effects of certain heart medications like metoprolol, which can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure, dizziness, or fainting. And it interacts with certain antibiotics, reducing how well they're absorbed. If you take any prescription medications at all, this conversation belongs with your doctor before you open a bottle of magnesium glycinate. 4. If your kidneys aren't working properly, it can become toxic. This is the most serious risk, and it affects a much larger group of people than most wellness content acknowledges. Healthy kidneys constantly filter excess magnesium out of the blood. That's why it's nearly impossible to overdose on magnesium glycinate if your kidneys are functioning normally. But if kidney function is impaired, through chronic kidney disease, diabetes-related kidney damage, or even just the natural decline in kidney efficiency that comes with aging, magnesium builds up in the blood instead of being excreted. The result is a condition called hypermagnesemia. Symptoms start mild: nausea, fatigue, low blood pressure. But in severe cases, they progress to muscle paralysis, respiratory depression, and dangerous abnormalities in heart rhythm. Anyone with kidney disease, anyone on dialysis, or anyone over 65 with unknown kidney status should not start magnesium glycinate without explicit medical clearance. 5. It only works if you are actually deficient, and most people never check. Here's the honest truth that the wellness world doesn't love to say out loud. Magnesium glycinate produces its most dramatic results in people who are genuinely deficient or insufficient in magnesium. For people who already have healthy magnesium levels from a nutrient-rich diet, the benefits are far more modest, and in some areas, effectively zero. The tricky part is that standard blood tests for magnesium are notoriously inaccurate. Only about 1% of the body's total magnesium lives in the blood. The rest is in bones and muscle tissue. So a blood test can come back normal, even when your tissues are significantly depleted. Some doctors now use a more comprehensive test called a red blood cell magnesium test, which measures magnesium inside the cells rather than in the serum and gives a much more accurate picture. If you're going to commit to taking something every day, it's worth knowing whether your body actually needs it. Here's what the science actually recommends. For most healthy adults, 200 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium per day is the established safe range, not the total capsule weight. The elemental magnesium, which is listed separately on any quality supplement label. Take it in the evening with food. Separate it from any other medications by at least 2 hours. Start low, 100 to 200 milligrams, and increase gradually over 1 to 2 weeks to let your body adjust. And if you have kidney disease, heart conditions, or take any prescription medications, have the conversation with your doctor first. That's not a formality. It's genuinely important information your doctor needs to keep your care coordinated. Magnesium glycinate is not magic, but for the hundreds of millions of people quietly running low on one of the body's most essential minerals, it comes remarkably close. Better sleep, quieter anxiety, healthier blood pressure, faster muscle recovery, stronger bones. The research is real, and the benefits are well within reach. The key is using it correctly. Right dose, right timing, right awareness of who it isn't for. And now you have all of that.
This video explains exactly why we need it. It says most people are actually deficient.
And this brand absorbs so much better. Let's share this with everyone.